Scorpio.
Hello Scorpio, this is your forecast for December 2014, and I'd like to say this is probably what you have been waiting for the last 2.5 years now, because this month there is a burden off your shoulders that are going to take off as Saturn leaves your sign. You've pretty much wrapped it all up, what you set out to do approximately 2.5 years ago. So for you right now, you're feeling that you've come to a point where you have mastered, done those duties, responsibilities that have been upon you. You've weathered it really, really well, but now you can take a break. And this is happening actually on Christmas Eve. December 24th, Saturn's leaving your sign here in the first house, which has to do with personality. This is where you might have felt that your personality have felt perhaps somewhat constricted due to outer circumstances, due to the workload that you've had. But now when these rings of Saturn is leaving your personality, you're going to feel lighter, happier, back to self. It might take a little time to just get into the shift. But what Saturn now is going to be focusing on is your money and income sector. Now, this isn't a bad thing because Saturn does structure. It will help you keep your eyes on what it is that's important to you as far as the money that you make on a month-to-month basis. You're going to have this for the next 2.5 years at least. And then it's also the self-esteem area. What makes you grow? What makes you feel good about yourself? What is it you haven't had or lacked? Well, then you're going to be working really hard on focusing to get those qualities into your life as well. And when we work with Saturn, Saturn is a good friend, great support. It helps us manifest those things. So the more you can start focusing on your second house of income, which will be more now from January 2015, we'll talk more about that next month. But the better you put down this foundation, the better your future in the long run will be. But it's good news knowing now at least that it is leaving you. Now, December 1st, Mars and Saturn, they're going to be conjunct. And what that means is, not conjunct, I'm sorry, sextile. It's a harmonious, it's a half of the trine. Mars is your action, your drive, your ambitions, your goals. And for you, Mars is in that third house, so communication is important. Siblings is important, your closer community, maybe out and about at schools and churches and whatnot, doing a lot of errands back and forth here. So you'll see that's going to take some of your focus, but then here it's sextiling the Saturn, so that might just mean you're starting up something new, or you might be promising your energy to someone in one of these fields that you will come in and support, and you know what, it's going to be good, positive, and awesome for you. Now, December 4th, though, here we got all the good news that's happening in the first half of this month, because December is going to be a little twofold, but it starts off beautifully. Here we have Venus and Jupiter. They're trine. That is the best aspect we can have. It's a golden triangle. Venus is love and it's romance, it's passion, but it also rules those things that you desire, and it also rules money and the things that you own. Now, this is coming with a great generosity here of Jupiter. Your Venus is in the second house this month here, Scorpio, for money. And so for you, there might be a gift coming to you. There might be a bonus or news of, it could be an inheritance, wherever it's coming from. For you, I feel this is something that the universe feels you deserve. Now, your Jupiter's up there in the 10th house for career, so it could definitely very well be a bonus. In that sense, it's going to be ka-ching in your wallet. Now, the same day, though, you're also going to anticipate or expect a surprise. The Sun and Uranus are also trined. So it's like a double whammy effect here on this day, and your Uranus is in the 6th house. So, and the Sun being in the 2nd house for money too, well, this is also your co-workers It's also something coming to you now that you can apply to your day-to-day routine, as if something can liberate you. Maybe this chunk of money that could be coming might liberate you from having to hold your nose to the grindstone. But with all these planets going through your second house, we have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, we got the new moon too in your income sector. So it's a great month for having such beautiful aspects to all of these planets. Not only are they just transiting there, which is going to help you focus and look at your income, but they're being supported from outside. So it's like suddenly there's a rain pour on you. Now on December 5th, Mercury, which is communication, what and how you communicate, also coming in with news unexpectedly here with Uranus. So we have both the 4th and the 5th here tying in together, which is going to lead you into December 12th and 14th, more golden trines for you. This time it's going to be Mercury trining Jupiter, and we have the Sun trining Jupiter, and then also Venus sextile Neptune. Now what does this all mean? Well, this Jupiter once again is coming in through the sign of Leo, so it's the heartfelt energy. It's also those goals that you have worked at with pride, okay, with your pride and dignity, and it's the universe giving you back those things now that you so have worked for. And this is actually one of the best aspects that you could have to your second house in 12 years. And why I say that, well, whereas you will have Sun, Mercury, and Venus through your income house next year, more or less around the same time, you won't have Jupiter there. That's the big difference. Jupiter will take another 12 years to come and make it this special this year. So whatever it is, you know, you deserve it. You've worked for it. Then we have this square that we've been working on. You know, they're from straight through 13 here, 14, which has been a little disruptive. We have Uranus that's been throwing all these changes, all these challenges at us. Change is good when we choose it, because then we're behind it. There's more control. But apparently a lot of these changes have come from outer circumstances without the sense of one's own feeling of control, because it's squaring Pluto. And Pluto's transformation. Uranus wants you to change up things because there is deeper spiritual energies here, wanting to shift you into a new direction. Now this Pluto for you, which is your ruler by the way, is in the 3rd house. So you might have felt that Pluto has been more intense in communication, that it's come out, and every time, you know, Pluto changes a sign or a house, it always comes with disruption first, because Pluto can be very disruptive. And it hasn't been, you know, too long. It's been here now for a few years in this sign, but having a challenge there by Uranus, it just feels that at times it can just come out of the blue, and where's this all coming from? And so you've had to learn to be quite flexible with your day-to-day routine, because Uranus is in your 6th house. That has everything to do with your routine. But you know what, I have to say, your daily routine can change up a whole lot now with Uranus in this sector. It's like I see you liberating, freeing yourself from a lot of the stresses that you've had. This is where the benefit and the upside of this square is helping you to get to. It's letting go of certain things so that this new can come up. Might be a little disruptive here. 24th, 25th, Mercury is squaring Uranus, and it is conjuncting Pluto. So it's like right here around Christmas, and communication might be a little tense for whatever reasons. It could be any reasons. But your Mercury here at this time then will just look at the values that you hold. So you just want to keep that close to heart. Keep that eye on this beautiful Sun Neptune, which has to do with the cosmic understanding, the higher spiritual understanding, and you will be good. Now, Jupiter is going to be retrograde from December 9th, straight through April 9th. But Jupiter's not bad to have retrograde because it's still so abundant and still generous. You might come to see that past opportunities that came and went, which you probably didn't accept at the time or check into, they might come back around, and this time around it might just feel that much better or more right. And it's okay to accept that kind of retrograde because it's already happened in the past before. So yeah. Then we have Uranus also going direct December 22nd, and we love Uranus because of the changes that he gives us. In fact, many will initiate change just to break up old routines and so forth. So when Uranus is direct, we are moving also direct with a new flow of this up and coming change that we will come to see. So yeah, your full moon this month will be December 6th, and it will be in the sign of Gemini, 14 degrees Gemini. For you, that is your 8th house. So we're looking at shared resources, the money that you have with a partner, or through some, say, bank, or it could also be insurance or investment companies. Something's being illuminated here, December 6th. Then, on the other hand, the new moon, this is where we write the abundance check to ourselves, right? That will land in your 2nd house for income. So make sure you write out that check for yourself on December 21st and set it aside. Sign it with the law from the abundant universe, and then you just tear it up under that full moon. But then you come to see how you can grow and expand your income, especially for you, Scorpio, having it in the 2nd house for income. So for you, it's like a double whammy. So I guess this is pretty much the rundown of the calendar. You do want to listen to your partner's scope just to see what's going on with him or her. And then, of course, as always, your moon and your rising sign. Because all of these goodies here, the first couple of weeks in December, will also show in other parts of your chart when you listen to your moon or your rising sign. And I'll see you next month. Happy holidays, Scorpio.